right? But for us, it was balancing email design flexibility while maintaining governance and control, because we have a very large, we're a worldwide multinational company, and we have to maintain the look and feel of our brand all over the world. And so we adopted two models before using the Knak tool. And while working with those models, we came to the conclusion after a few retrospective attributes of each model that we wanted to incorporate into a new process. And then there were others that were obstacles that we needed to remove. So we know that with a flexible model, we needed things to be highly creative, agile, meaning we needed emails to be able to be created quickly and easily and very customizable. While having a flexible model, we wanted to remove the ability for inconsistency. We know that there's high risk, meaning things could come off brand, and what we currently were doing under the flexible model was not scalable. Which is a completely different process that we had adopted before using Knak. We knew that it limited our creativity. It was rigid. All of our emails basically looked exactly the same, and there was there was limited customization to no customization. But good aspects of control we wanted for a solution was to be consistent. A low risk, meaning staying on brand, was easy and something that we could overcome, and being able to scale. So this is my living hell, the flexible model. When I first came on to Citrix, we were doing completely customized HTML. It was myself and one other individual. We basically had a boilerplate template with snippets in Dreamweaver, and we would just kind of drag and drop different HTML blocks, and then we would have to take a Word document like Pierre says and drop in the images, the text, and things, and then upload that to Marketo to be used. And so you can see that we had upwards of sometimes 50 emails in a week that we had to create. And that was an issue, because if I went on vacation or holiday, I guess you could say, or if I was out sick, the other person had to make up for me being out. And so this was a huge risk, and it was a problem. We violated SLAs numerous times. For our stakeholders, we couldn't keep up with the number of incoming requests. So we moved to the control model. With Marketo's Email Editor 2.0 release, we were able to build tokenized programs, which I still think this is a great feature. I was able to take the email editor syntax and create a branded template that our limited number of Marketo users, we only have about 5 or 6 on our team that actually have Marketo access. We have several instances. And so for governance, we have to make sure that only a limited number of users can come into our Marketo instances. But we were basically taking a content document from Word and inputting into these tokens. And it allowed us to scale. We were able to support the number of incoming requests, but we weren't flexible on the design. If there was ever, a module that didn't exist, someone like myself would have to create that using Marketo's template syntax and then deploy it to the email template and the email asset. So if those of you have ever done that, that is a time-consuming process in itself. So we came up with the solution using Knak. It has really changed the way we work. We went from, within just a matter of weeks, from 5 people creating emails to over 80 people across our marketing organization with the ability to create emails. And I could actually sleep at night, it allowed me to be able to do my job the best to my ability and focus on other things other than just sitting there creating emails. So for those of you who've never seen Knak or use Knak, Knak uses the term themes, which are essentially templates that we create, and then everything is modular, built on blocks. And so I'm able to go in there and create all of these modular branded blocks and lock anything and everything down that I don't want users to be able to change. The permission level is really granular, and it's great. And it's a request that I will say that many of the requests that we have come back to Knak, many feature requests, they've delivered on every single one of them. It's been amazing. From the image library permissions, I know that was something that was rolled out. Here recently, Knak actually built their own, revised their own email creation tool. They're calling it the new builder. So Pierce, I am here to sell Knak because it works great for our organization and for those who are an agency that have multiple clients. It would work incredibly well for you. So I want to point out our processes. Before Knak, we had the marketer would submit a content doc for their email template, and then somebody from our team would then go into Marketo, clone that program out, and fill out the tokens, and then they would have to send that email for approval. If there's ever any changes, they would have to go back into Marketo, resend for approval. So that right there took a lot of time. Because almost every time there was either a content change or they didn't like something in the email and they wanted a revision. And then once the email was approved, then a team member could then launch or schedule a launch in Marketo. So this was pre-Knak, 14-day SLA. That seems a bit high, but with the number of volume of requests that are coming in, that is our target date, our target SLA. So once we've adopted Knak, we were able to remove two sections of our process where the marketer goes into Knak themselves, they build the email, they don't have to get approval because they're the ones building the email themselves, right? They know what the content is supposed to be. They have the ability to test it right there in Marketo. They can also preview the email on what it looks like on a desktop or mobile device. And then they provide that email to us, and we just sync it to Marketo right there from Knak and schedule it. So I'm really happy to hear that Knak is working on the beta portion of building the program right there in the Knak tool. That is going to be huge for our team. So I don't have a slide for this, but what I want to encourage each and every one of you is whatever your process looks like now, there's always a better way, right? And even with Knak, we're providing feedback constantly to better the tool. And so don't settle for building HTML emails by hand or even just a hard-coded Marketo program when there are tools out there that exist to help you, and it's going to make everyone's life easier.